This is a true story. A cook was in the bathroom when, suddenly, a huge wave capsized the ship. Sitting on the toilet, Harrison was thrown off as the bathroom plunged into darkness. Outside, desperate screams echoed, and an overwhelming fear took over. He rushed out to see what was happening and found three colleagues desperately trying to open the cabin door to escape. As he moved to help, he was horrified to realize that the water level was rising rapidly and that the door was completely stuck due to the immense water pressure, making it impossible to open. Realizing there was no immediate way out, Harrison decided to look for a life jacket. He entered the second officer's cabin. While outside, the panicked cries continued. He grabbed a life jacket and a solar-powered flashlight, but when he tried to leave, he discovered that the door was also stuck due to the water pressure. This meant that the corridor outside was probably completely flooded. Gradually, the environment became eerily silent. He could only hear the ship settling, and soon after, his flashlight ran out of battery. The room was now in complete darkness. With the water level rising and no way out, Harrison realized that the oxygen was running out. In despair, he concluded that if he stayed, he would die so he decided to try swimming out. As soon as the water pressure decreased, he forced the door open, took a deep breath, and plunged into the icy water. In total darkness, he felt his way around and, by accident, touched the bodies of three colleagues who had drowned. Fear surged through him, but he forced himself to stay calm. After much struggle, he managed to reach the ship's office, which surprisingly had not been flooded. However, being in the freezing water for so long was taking a toll on him. To avoid hypothermia, he used floating wooden planks and mattresses to build a makeshift raft where he could stay out of the water. Hungry, he searched for something to eat and found a can of tuna and a bottle of soda. And so, he waited for a rescue that seemed possible. Deep underwater, the sounds became terrifyingly clear. He could hear the movement of marine creatures and the ocean currents flowing around the shipwreck. On the first day, he heard a boat above him, but it only placed a marker and left without anyone diving down to check. 3 days later, a light moved in the darkness. It was the rescue team. Harrison banged on pieces of metal to make noise, trying to get their attention. The light slowly approached the door. Filled with hope, he swam toward it, but the diver simply turned away and left. Harrison was in shock. Was he really going to die at the bottom of the sea? Just as he was losing hope, another light appeared, this time closer. He quickly swam and grabbed the diver's foot. In the dark, eerie environment, the diver was examining the bodies of the victims, and when he felt an unexpected touch, he was terrified to see Harrison alive. After the initial shock, Harrison led the diver back to the office and explained the situation. Since he had spent so much time underwater under extreme pressure, he couldn't surface immediately due to the risk of decompression sickness. He was carefully rescued through controlled dives and then placed in a decompression chamber where he had to stay for 2 days before safely coming out. Harrison was the sole survivor of the shipwreck out of 12 crew members.